Releasing on August 15th is Agents of Mayhem from the creators of Saints Row. Pre-order at the affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane channel, and oh wow, this is a thing. This is a thing. Like, I don't want to be that guy, you know, that's like, this is kind of racist, but let's be fair. This is kind of racist. Saying here that white men can't apply for these $10,000 journalism grants. Because yes, when it comes to reporting the facts, if you're white and you're men, you apparently can't do it properly, or you do it too much to where you're part of the problem. I got no idea. Saying here that a few organizations are teaming up to offer a $10,000 journalism grant only for female and racial minority journalists. The organizations will be choosing 4 applicants to receive the grants, along with access to Brandeis University's library and technology resources, mentoring, and research assistance. So, okay, I understand. Journalism, you know, it's a field that is relatively thankless. It's a field that requires you to go into some pretty interesting areas, some pretty dark places, in order to find the thread, to yank on that thread, and to tell and weave a fantastic tale. But should it really matter what your gender and race are? I mean, truly, if you're tracking down facts, if you're looking up information, following the evidence wherever it may lead, does it really matter what your race and gender are? Well, apparently, according to these guys, it does. Saying here that the Fund for Investigative Journalism is proud to partner with the Schuster Institute for Investigative Journalism at Brandeis University on these diversity fellowships. We are the leading edge of a growing effort to address the terrible imbalance in our business. It's coming from Ricardo Sandoval Palos, the president of the Fund for Investigative Journalism. This valuable experience creates an important new opportunity for a long-neglected community of investigative journalists. Over the course of a year, they will be weaving important stories with great potential for social impact and change. Again, if they are women and of a racial minority. I might come across as a callous prick here, and I understand that. But you guys have to understand that I view things very much through the lens of meritocracy. How well you do should be perceived for, well, how well you do. Your work ethic, your drive to succeed, your ambition to rise above the rest, to be the cream of the crop, should be what drives you to success. Getting these kind of diversity fellowships are kind of one of the reasons why the event in Charlottesville took place. Not the outcome of the event, clearly, but one of the reasons why that took place. It's because people, white people especially those who went to that event, look at the situation and they go like, well, wait a minute here. How is this right? How is this fair? You know, and then that question gets brought up and amplified and repeated time and time again, because this kind of journalism grant is not the first of its kind or the first year it's even been pushed, but these kind of ideas get thrust out there into the field and they never are challenged in an appropriate enough way. I want to say to show them the error of their ways. Now, that being said, look, this is a, you know, they can give money to whomever they want, however they want. It's just really funny when they basically do everything they can to skirt around what they are actually saying, which is white men need not apply. It's pretty funny. The announcement explicitly states that the applications from women and journalists of color working in any type of media, print, audio, video, online will be considered. Okay, yeah, I mean, clearly that's what they're going to be looking for. And the Schuster Institute offered the grants in 2016 as well, but no one said anything. I didn't hear about this until this year. You figure something like this would have easily come across our door last year, but it didn't, which is unfortunate. And it's one of those things, again, where you're like, had this been called out a year ago, maybe it would have actually been broadened or something. It says here that without greater diversity in journalism, some very important stories are never pitched. Some assignments are never made, facts are never gathered, and serious abuses of power never uncovered. I do find that hard to believe. And every time something like this comes up, when it comes to the idea of meritocracy in journalism, or meritocracy when it just comes to the hiring process, you should do what they did. And this is a story that I've heard, a little anecdotal story I heard from last week tonight with John Oliver, which is they took everyone's resume, removed their names, and put it in a pile and then judge them based upon the merit of their resume. And those with the best qualifications, i.e. a meritocracy, were the ones that rose to the top and were brought back in for interviews. And that allowed for a greater a writing team on the show. Whether you like it or not, the writing is pretty top notch. And that's something that should fly for these kind of situations as well. Why not have a diversity initiative for funding independent journalism where people just keep their names off so anyone can apply and the person who is the best for the job or best for the internship or whatever, the grant, will get it. But no, wanting to sit there and try to push diversity through this kind of malarkey is the best way to describe it without, you know, trying to hide the fact that you're being incredibly racist. Now, the Daily Caller did reach out to the organization, and no one got back to them in time for publication. I look at a situation like this and I think to myself, why do you guys always have to do this? You know, like, I'm not against different voices being a journalist or different voices getting the opportunity, but it should always boil down to ability, to skill, to talent, to merit. And I hate that we have to have these conversations because, yes, I fully admit that by having this kind of conversation, I do come across looking like an asshole because I'm the one sitting up here arguing against a $10,000 diversity grant. But I'm not arguing against the grant's existence. I'm arguing against the grant's exclusion of an entire class and group of people because they feel that if a white man or even probably in some respects, even a white woman comes on in there, they're going to either do the job too well, that's going to take away from somebody else, which in and of itself is almost a racist sentiment, saying that you are trying to, victimize somebody or at least treat them as they are, like inferior would be the better term. That's what it feels like to me. It's like, why not just have people come in based upon merit, based upon, you know, their skill sets, and then give out the grants that way? Like I said, I can fully understand through things like this why the Unite the Right rally happened in Charlottesville and why more Unite the Right rallies are going to continue happening. It's this kind of faux diversity which is going to push people towards their group. When you start segregating your organizations like this under the guise of equality, because that's basically what they're trying to espouse here, is that, oh no, we want things to be more equal out there, more diverse, but what you're doing is you're shunning a group of people and then, you know, you're not quite realizing how that's something that we try to not do in this country. I'm not trying to say that the people who had the Unite the Right rally are morally, in the right for holding that sort of rally. I think a lot of them are just insane mental cases, and I in no way support the rally, but you can almost see why it happened. And it's some food for thought for the future. It's some food for thought for people who look at these kind of diversity hires, these kind of diversity grants, and you realize that they're not really diverse. They're not about inclusion or true equality, which is a two-way street. You got to give it in order to get it. And it's really about trying to push a certain ideological narrative. And I'm not against private organizations handling these events the way that they want to handle them. This institute here, the Schuster Institute, is a private organization. So perfectly fine. They can give out the grant money to whomever they want, but don't try to church it up. Don't try to hide behind your equality. Don't try to hide behind any of that shit. Just say it for what it is. Just to say it for what it is, and then be truthful about it. And then also be ready to be called out for it, because quite frankly, it's a load of shit. Well, that wraps up the video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and giving it a watch. If you guys would like to support the channel, please give it a thumbs up, comment below, share it around, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications so you're up to date on all the content this channel releases. If you'd like to help out during the adpocalypse, you can do so with Amazon affiliate links in the beginning of the video. There is Patreon. $1 from everyone would go a really long way right now, as well as also Bitcoin and PayPal. Thank you guys very much. My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.